Hey there, thank you for joining me. I'm Heather Thompson, Clarity Life Coach, Alignment Specialist, author, and speaker. And I'm coming to you on September 2nd, 2020, because this month we are focusing on succeeding over stress. And the focus for today is how to succeed over poor self-identity. So let's get into it. Point number one, stop allowing strangers to dictate your life. There are far too many of us now who are addicted to social media. Whether we want to acknowledge it or not, whether we say it's fine, I can put my phone down because we think of addiction in terms of alcohol abuse and drug abuse, but it's very easy to pick up your cell phone in the middle of the day, in the middle of a drive, unfortunately, just to see what's going on and what other people have said, even 5 minutes from the last time that we looked at something online. And it's really easy to be out, getting ready for the evening, or maybe you're already out and taking pictures and posting them, trying to see what other people are saying about you, what other people are saying about the dinner you've had, the person you're with, or even when it comes to the things you want to do with your business. You're doing polls on Facebook and trying to get other people's opinions on what it is that you want to do with your purpose, with your life. And let's be clear, there's some awesome things to be said for getting wise counsel and being able to apply it. But not all counsel is good counsel. Not all advice is something that you should apply to your life. So I want you to think about this. If poor self-identity, the way that you identify yourself, is not in a healthy place, and you know that you frequently run to social media to tell other people how you're feeling on Facebook, to maybe show that you're crying about something or that you haven't had a good day. And it's not simply because you want to vent. It's because you're quietly, subconsciously looking for attention. It's time to redirect what you're doing. It's time to switch up your efforts. This is not the best way to go about it. You're letting people know about every aspect of your life and giving them, whether you realize it or not, the power to speak over you, and you taking that power from them and saying, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and listen to what you're saying. I'm going to apply it. And maybe this person is right. Maybe she has the best idea. Maybe he knows what he's talking about. And again, advice can be great. Wise counsel can be awesome. But we also have to know ourselves for ourselves. And everyone does not have the answers to your situation. So I strongly suggest, please stop allowing strangers. And I know sometimes people are just strangers to your situation. Doesn't always mean that these are people you don't know, but they may be people who don't know you well enough to understand what's best for you. These aren't the people that always have your best interest at heart, and even if they do, they might not have all the ins and outs to tell you this is the way to make A and B equal C. So stop allowing strangers, even sometimes some of your close friends, people who are strangers to your situation, to dictate how you are running your life. Decide what you want beyond what others said is possible. This is so serious. I need you to understand the importance of this one. You have to decide what you want beyond what others said is possible. Now, what exactly does that mean? I'll tell you. Sometimes we get so accustomed, especially those of us who grew up not just loving, but idolizing our parents, falling so deeply into the idea of, well, my mom said, my dad said, my grandparents thought, my uncle, this person. There are so many of us who are being dictated to, falling back in line with number one, by words that have long since applied to our lives. They're no longer something that we can listen to. And this is no disrespect to the people who have raised you, who took care of you, who were there for you. This isn't about rejecting them. This is about understanding what's best for you. Sometimes we take advice because we say, well, this person loves me. I'm just going to go ahead and do what they've said. A lot of times when you're seeking people out for advice, they're not always coming back at you with information that really fits you. They're thinking of a couple of things. One of them being, well, when I had a situation like this is what I wish I would have done. So I'm going to say this to you because you should do the opposite of what I did, even if that doesn't work for your situation. So it isn't always best to do that. Sometimes they're saying what they wish they would have done. Sometimes they're just simply living vicariously through you and saying, oh, I wish I could do what she's doing. Here's what I think she should do. And it's not even about, again, you. It's about them living through you, them having the opportunity to kind of switch their present by thinking about, this is what I would do, but it's not best for you. So this is why it's important to make sure that you are deciding what you want beyond what others have said is possible. And sometimes another category, when you're seeking people for their advice, unfortunately, they're telling you something based on what they've seen others do. It may not be about your talent. It may be more about the market or something, the job market, the financial market, but they don't know what you've come into understanding during your prayer time. They don't know when you've been meditating on what the best decision is to do. They weren't with you in the early morning or the late evening hours when you were doing all of your research, when you were thinking about, what is it that drives me? What do I really want? And that applies in business, in a situation regarding love and relationships. It may be, well, I strongly feel this is right. You, on an instinctual level, you know what to do, but you're asking people because you just want that, again, approval. So be mindful when people give you advice. Sometimes they're coming at you from 3 different places. 1, this is what they wish they would have done. 2, they've never had the opportunity, so they're just going to say to you what you should do. So they want to see it played out, but you're not a movie, darling. You're a human being. And number 3, sometimes people are telling you what they think is the case based on what they've seen others accomplish, but those other people aren't you. Statistics can be great. Research and development notes from other people and just finding out their stories, all that stuff can be so helpful because sometimes it helps us avoid pitfalls. But you got to know the difference between staying in a wait mode and just gathering information and then going out and doing what it is that you need to do. You have to test these ideas. You have to test your theory. You can't just live in theory. You have to apply it and go out and practice it. So that is the point of number 2. You truly have to decide what you want beyond what others said is possible. Please do that. Number 3, learn what really makes you who you are and invest in your improvement. This can be a tough thing to do sometimes because you have to, when you're dealing with poor self-identity, you don't always understand the reason why your relationships don't last. It's because sometimes your friendships change up based on what you think is going to be the best thing for you in 1 minute versus the other. You're going with the flow so much that you don't have any kind of structure. So it's absolutely crucial that you learn what really makes you who you are, and then you have to invest in that. You have to say, okay, well, I want to improve. I want to be better. I don't have time to waste because now I know what it is that I like. I thought that I could only work at this particular store forever and that being a store manager here was the height of my career. I'm just using that as an example, nothing wrong with it. But then you realize that's not the case. I want to get into marketing, but I'm going to need to go back to school for that. Okay, so who can you talk to about that? What organizations can you reach out to? What schools are in your area? Once you have the thought, you have to put some action behind it, because the moment that you get an idea, doubt comes right behind that, especially when you're in a season of pulling yourself out through your efforts, through prayer, through getting wise counsel. When you're at the point of saying, I need to change, you need to act on things to help make that change lasting. Because truthfully, you want more than change. You want transformation. And once you take that action, that's how you invest in your improvement. That's when you say, okay, I've gone to this school. I found out what their financial aid options are, or I found out how long this degree program is and how I can make things work with my job, with my family. And I'm on board. This is how I'm going to move forward. You have to make that investment. Once you understand who you are, you have to go all in. And if it's not, maybe it's not a degree program that you're after. Maybe you're saying, you know what? I want to move to a new city. I love the people here where I am, but I've been in LA forever. Boston's calling my name. Or I've been in Charlotte, North Carolina forever. I think I'm ready to go to Seattle. I know I'm making some big cross-country moves with these ideas, but sometimes it really is as radical as that. And if you want to do something like that, then you have to start investing in that idea. Okay, I need to start saving for my move. I need to find out where I want to live. Maybe I'm going to fly out there and see what's in the area, find out what's going to be best and what neighborhoods I like and where I can work, and find out if your job, if you're part of a corporation, can travel, if you can, relocate to a branch in that area. These are just ideas, but you get what I'm saying? It takes you being willing to invest in that so that you don't have any room to allow doubt to take over. Sure, you're going to have moments where you're scared, but don't let your scared feelings turn into something that stops you. You have to be willing to move beyond fear. Otherwise, you're always going to stay stuck, and faith can never propel you forward. It's not worth it. So you have to learn what really makes you who you are when you're overcoming a poor self-identity, and then you have to invest in your improvement. So thank you so much for joining me today. If you have not done it yet, I need you to go ahead and click the like button for this video and subscribe so that you can get more content as I release it. Again, I'm Heather Thompson, Clarity Life Coach, Alignment Specialist, author, and speaker. Thank you so much for joining me. And as I always say, if you feel that you're not having a great day, make it one. It is within your power to do so. All my information is below in the description box, and you can find out where my website is. IamHeatherThompson.com, and pretty much I am Heather Thompson, basically on any social media platform, especially on Instagram. Take care, God bless, and I'll see you soon. Bye.